Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dida Show. Thank you for listening. And today we have a very special episode. I'm here with Matt, the co-owner of the label La Reserve, amazing label that I'm lucky to be on. And we're going to chat about everything related to the label and wow, being a label these days, you have to know so much about how this world of streaming music works, and no one knows more about it than Matt. So hello, Matt.
Hello. Wow. That's a high bar. I don't know,
I think, that I like that you're know that also what you don't know, and you're try things. I don't know. I feel like you're pretty up to date.
Yeah. Try. I think things are moving pretty fast. Every month things are shifting and changing. So try to be very
every month they're shifting.
Yeah, the industry is, I think I've never seen things move this fast. I think especially with a lot of the developments in AI. So things are really just rapidly evolving. So yeah.
Okay, so soon we'll dive into that, but I'm already got scared of saying AI and stuff.
We don't have to go there. We can.
Let's start with what made you. Are you my age or something? I feel like we are similar, but I feel like you're older because you're the label.
No, I think we're contemporaries. I think that we're similar ages. Yeah, I think I've always viewed you as similar.
Yeah, I have a problem. I have two older siblings, so everyone looks older than me, even though it's I'm older already. Yeah. And also, you're my label, so I feel like you're my father.
Okay. Well, we can unpack that later.
Okay, yes. So I'll just tell our listeners that I always looked up to what you're doing at La Reserve, and I hope to be on a label for a while. And I was very happy when I sent you my latest recordings and you were like, hell yeah, let's do it. So that was so nice. It's so fun to have a label, especially like you. I feel the first time I'm releasing something and I feel that I have partners,
I'm happy to hear that. That's
really cool.
Yeah, we were excited to get to work with you too, and hopefully it can work many years together. Yeah,
totally. So tell me, how did you decide to have a label?
We built the label for our friends. That's why we did it. And
so you had musician friends?
Yeah, we did it, and that's why we continued to do it, is just for our friends. You're actually kind of part of the origin story of
Tell me more.
La Reserve.
I remember Claffy is related to it.
Yeah, so he and I grew up together. He's a close friend, and I want to say back in February 2016, before this label existed.
Wow.
He made a record and put it out. It was called Claffy 1, and you were on
that's right. That I sang I'll Be Seeing You.
I'll Be Seeing You. Yes, it's a very beautiful version of the two of you. I was just helping out with some contracts,
What
emails.
else were you doing in that time?
I was working in sync licensing at that time.
Okay. So you were in the field.
Thought I knew a few things and was trying to lend a helping hand. Was doing contracts, sending out emails, driving the bus, the cargo van down to the Kennedy Center, whatever, those types of things. But that was the first time that I was really up close and personal to whatever it meant to release music in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's a long time ago. And I watched a good friend, invest a lot of himself into something, invest a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of financial resources, a lot of emotional and creative energy into something.
Yeah.
And then when he got to that point, it was I just felt that the opportunities out there, the avenues to have success as an independent artist just really weren't there. It didn't feel, they were there, but there were a lot of avenues that just felt very predatory. It felt you'd be signing away a lot of rights after doing all of that, or you could find some, artist-friendly deals out there, but there wasn't really an embrace of the technology.
Yeah.
That I didn't. So I really thought that there needs to be something that allows streaming to work for artists. There was a big gap between that. But yeah, it just nothing really made sense. And it just was hey, you've just invested all of this into this record. And now it's go give it to a label, give up some of your rights or maybe all of them, go pay a PR company $5,000 a month and then make a music video for $8,000. And it's what? What are we doing here? This makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
And so, the whole impetus of the label is just to build something for our friends to help them grow.
Yeah.
And, you know, and to really continue to evolve, like we were saying, things change, and to understand like how the landscape continues to shift and evolve, and to like just make sure that we're honing in on like the levers that actually work for artists and allow artists to grow and make money, and, you know, get through their ears on their records.
Yeah.
That's like really the impetus for it. So yeah, that's why we started it, and you know what it is.
Yeah. And then like, so you already worked on that Claffy album, you would say, or like?
No, so we didn't put that one out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but later that year we began the label.
And you brought your brother?
My brother, yeah, he and I founded it with a really good friend, Greg Matthews.
Yeah.
And
is he still in it?
We still work with him, and it's mostly my brother and I. And
yeah.
So we oversee everything and run the label, and yeah, we started it to really focus around like more independent, like R&B, independent rock, like just like a lot of other like genres, and then kind of found ourselves back into the jazz world later on. Yeah.
So now it's only jazz, but you have a lot of people.
Yeah. So so today it's a pretty large operation as far as like the network. We represent a lot of incredible artists that we like really love, and it's just really continued to be like cool. Like, we want to work with artists who we're like can be friends with, and who we really just like their music, and that's kind of the
Do you find it, or like you have to limit amount of artists you can have?
Yeah, I think that as we've grown, it's been like really important that, you know, we make sure that we can dedicate the time, that to be able to do the things we want to do with our artists. And so, yeah, I think you know, it's a very, very large, like wide roster. But we also work with a lot of imprints. We distribute a lot of other labels that kind of allows us to kind of create different verticals and different brands for how the music's coming out. So
that's cool. Tell us about those imprints.
There's a lot of them. I think, you know, the one that we've been working with the longest is Cellar Music Group.
Yeah, which is a Canadian, right?
Canadian. They're based in Vancouver. It's run by Corey Weeds, incredible saxophonist.
Yeah.
And just businessman, just does it all. And so we've worked with him since, I remember like right before the pandemic hit, like I was in a coffee shop with my brother. Like we were like getting all the metadata from this, like, you know, they're celebrating their 25th year anniversary. This was like, you know, 6 years ago, this catalog from 2001, getting all the metadata ready to go to like transfer it into, you know, our system. And it was like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of work. And then, so that was, so we did that. And I love working with him, and I love working with the artists. It's a really nice mix of artists who are based in Canada and local to Vancouver, some Canadian jazz royalty, and then also a lot of cats in New York that are just like...
He brings them there to like
brings
make
them
the
there. He comes here. He's actually here this week. I saw him this week. He's doing his New York with Weeds.
Someone told me that he's going to be at the new opening of Jazz Cultural.
Yeah, I would hope he's there. And so, yeah, but he works with a lot of other folks like Spike Wilner. We put out a lot of Smalls releases through them. And then, we work with other imprints as well, like Bandstand Presents, which is owned by Christian Wiggs. And Dectomorph Music, which is Kevin Sun's label. We work with Pyroclastic Records, which is the label that Chris Davis started. Just a whole host of just really creative and just incredible pockets of the music and the scene happening that kind of complement the full picture together. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So now that's totally what you and your brother do.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're focused on that, but we're also trying to continue to branch out into other genres. And
really, how is that going? What genres?
Well. I mean, I think
like now, if an artist that comes to you and like they're a singer songwriter or rock, would you consider
we have this imprint. It's called Ring Road Recordings, and we've had that idea and that brand for a while, and it's had different meanings. And now, we've started back up because we want to be able to really help position artists who aren't like just like straight ahead swinging or kind of in that wide stream of like what jazz is today. To have other artists who kind of in our different spectrums. So we've been working with this band on Ring Road called Forager. They're incredible. I would just go listen to them. It's like, you know, indie rock, pop, mixed, incredible musicians.
Maybe I should teach you my new rock album.
Yeah. We also, you know, you know Russell Hall. So Bessie and the Rainbow Kids.
Yeah.
That's his other side of his artistry, his rock project. We work with him as well on that. So it's pretty new. But It's my brother and I. It's Jake Block and I, and then Matt Helm is another really good friend from home who does a lot of storytelling. That's a really big part of what we do. He really focuses on working with our artists to just figure out how to communicate and talk about the things that I think make the project special, and also and how that extends into the visuals. So
he's really good at it.
He's incredible.
Yeah,
he's an incredible person. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a small, sweet team.
Yes.
And then here's my question. So what do you, for example, like you're trying to branch out to a new style or like genre. What do you have in jazz that's special that you're trying to build? Is it like relationships with like playlists of jazz, or like, I want to understand more what is the thing that you have. Maybe it's easy to see by like, what are you trying to have in rock, but is you're able to really offer a lot to your jazz artists.
Yeah.
What is it? It's like relationships with the playlists?
Well, I mean, I think playlist is it's like one like kind of small part of it.
Yeah. So tell me about more parts. What exists?
Yeah, I would say like the playlisting, honestly, editorial it's important, right? It is a part of how artists can grow. But it's one piece of the puzzle, in my opinion. There's incredible, like all the DSPs have different nuances and they have different strengths, and they've done a great job at building audiences that we can tap into, and that they can help amplify artists on and different programming. And so like when I hear someone's like, oh, I found this on Ultimate Jazz from Amazon Music, that's a really cool win. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think it's more important to look at the DSPs as just one entry point into the world.
1 second. What is DSP?
A DSP is like a store, like a Spotify or an Apple.
Okay.
Tidal.
Yeah.
It's like a service
platform.
provider.
Okay, yeah.
The platforms. And so I think that I kind of look at them, and we kind of look at them as just like, it's just one entry point into your world. So it's one entry point into Dida's world. The rest of that, there's so much more that I think is important around like building a fan base and building durable revenue streams that you can repeat.
So what are the other things?
I think it's a big thing that fuels that is like vertical video. There's a lot of free tools out there like TikTok, like Instagram, YouTube Shorts. And I think that the vertical video stuff, we've really seen that just fuel artists' growth and discovery and conversion in a way. And, it's not easy. Like that's not an easy thing to do, but but when you work on it and you kind of approach it from an experimentation lens, that's really just keeping just being consistent with it and not getting too hung up in like what's going viral or not. It's not about that. It's more just like creating repeatable things. When that starts to click, then you start to see that flywheel work, and you start to see the vinyl CD sales work. You start to see merch move. You start to see more people show up to your shows. There's so many other pieces of that. And so, and at the center of all of that is the storytelling aspect. It's really, I think, the thing that we tend to focus on a lot is how to create context around the music. And then to bring it back into like
social media,
you can, and to bring it back into streaming, I think like we look at streaming in three different ways. There's, your passive streaming, which is, your lean back. That's the editorial. That's, the different types of algorithmic playlists.
I think everyone wants to know, how do you get into an editorial playlist?
Yeah. Well, there's another two, like there's the collection streams, like that's people who, save your music and listen to it on repeat in their own playlists. And then there's active. And generally, if you are driving your collection and you're active really well, that's going to create a lot of metrics that are going to help you grow long term, that I think are personally more important to the long term success, and that tend to also like make it hard to ignore on the editorial side too, because it builds the metrics, it builds the numbers that are going to be attractive there, for it to be pushed out. So I think that's how I look at it. So we look at it, and again, it's not like a one size fits all. Like do this and it works. Every artist is different, but that's kind of how we think about it and how we like to approach things.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Should we listen to a song from the record we are working on together?
I think it would be a crime to not listen to Dimples.
Okay, great. We can. I'll tell the listeners for fun that
Yeah.
a week or something before the release, I told you, I think we should change the song. I don't like it anymore. I want to change the single, but now I'm cool with it.
I'm very happy we decided to stay the course.
Me too.
Yeah.
But it's a known thing, like my biggest hit on like all the streaming platforms. I also wanted to take off the album completely. Jack Nice. I thought it's a silly song.
That's the first tune that I like knew about. I was like, oh, Dida sings this song, Jack Nice. Like that's the first.
I thought it's like embarrassing, like character song.
I still think of that song and think of you. Like when I think of your, so I don't know. Let's play
good.
Dimples. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I like the way you walk. 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 You're my babe, I got my eyes on you. I like the way you switch. 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 You're my babe, I got my eyes on you. You got dimples in your jaw. 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 You're my babe, I got my eyes on you. Dimples in your jaw. You got dimples in your jaw. You got dimples in your jaw. You got dimples in your jaw. You're my babe, I got my eyes on you. Well, I see you every day. I see you every day. I see you every day. In your neighborhood, you're my babe, I got my eyes on you. I got my eyes on you. I got my eyes on you.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
Oh,
Sullivan is so good.
I was just, Sullivan, just everything.
I
Yeah.
know.
So tasteful.
I know. Crazy.
Oof. Yeah, I can't believe we're gonna cut that one, That was
I know.
glad we didn't.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I wanted to ask you, how do you go about like making a plan? Like, let's say I come to you, we have an album. Like, do you always do the same thing of like first single, second, like what's a good way to go about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are some things that we're going to do with every release. Like we have a system and we stick to that system where, we really want to make sure that we're putting the music in the best position for success.
Yeah.
Really making sure that we're building that narrative. And so, yeah, when we work with any project, we're going to take a look at the calendar and figure out, 2 or 3 dates for singles to stack up.
Yeah.
And really build up momentum. And then after that, put the album out.
Yeah.
Like really, yeah. So that's kind of like
Question
the
for
nuts
fun.
and bolts. Yeah.
Why not make the whole album singles? Like, I just wonder.
You could, and we have done it before. We've done it
Really?
a few times, and I think that eventually there is that point that it gets a little fatiguing. I
Totally.
think. It gets fatiguing for the artist. It gets fatiguing for the label. It gets fatiguing for all the partners
audience.
across the stores, the audience. And I mean, I think that the beautiful thing about putting out a record, digitally speaking, is that there's no shelf life. There's always, you can always bring it back. And like when the record comes out,
Yeah.
like that's kind of just when we're getting started working on it. you
Right.
know? And so there's always like moments that you can create, whether it's, on release date,
Yeah.
a year later, like, you probably notice like we do a lot of just trying to create interest in records that came out like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like we've had a lot of success, like figuring out ways to point back.
Yeah.
And so,
But is there a way to point it back to the DSPs?
I mean, that's like generally like when that happens, and to create when you create those moments and you create those different spikes, like there's a direct correlation with
Really?
fan activity. Yeah, huge fan activity and engagement when you create a moment, whether it's like at a live show or if it's like a moment on socials where a clip of Porcino playing drums with Eduardo Bello pops off. Like, that translates to streaming as well. Like you see that. But yeah, and so, but I think there is kind of that sweet spot where like 3 singles, 4 singles, like that's kind of like the line. And believe me, we've tested it. Like I've tested it personally where I've like put out a personal project and did like 6 singles, and it's cool. It was fun, but it's like at some point you also have to think about like, great, like why am I doing this? What is the sole reason? And I think it all has to just make sense. So if there's a compelling reason to do 6 singles or 7 singles, let's line up and do it. But let's be really clear.
The only reason I'm thinking, I totally agree with you about the fatigue, but let's say you think more songs than it can go on playlists and stuff, like songs that go on the record can also be picked up by playlist or not really?
I mean, it can be, yeah.
But they do it or not really?
I
They
would
need
say
to be pitched.
it depends, yeah. But again, like, I don't think it's like really like the goal. Like, playlist is not a strategy.
You're
I think,
right.
Like, I
think too many people, including me, think that's the main thing.
It's not. It's not. I think that like I think a lot of artists like kind of think about DSPs and they think playlisting, but to me that's a very singular view of what is out there and how to think about the different storefronts. Again, like I really look at it as, it's just one single entry point into your world. And there should be a lot more. There should be a lot of other things happening from a visual perspective, from shows, from touring, from, I think that's really the other stuff that really helps move the needle.
Do you ever think about like helping artists with those things too, or not really? It's too much, like touring and stuff, since it's so much work. It's also a lot for you, but like, I don't know, maybe you can have a person that helps with that, or it's no.
Let's just say I'm thinking about it.
Really?
I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there should be a booking agent from the label.
We're thinking about it. So that's all I can say right now.
I'm just saying for me that like, wow, I'm trying to organize some tours and I can do it. I'm an organized person and I enjoy like logistics management, but it's a lot.
Yeah. It's definitely
like I haven't played guitar for a while.
It's a lot. There's a lot of work. I think a lot of the more things that I think we can do that are like around real people showing up and doing real things together is what we want to be invested in the future. And so I think yes, it's a weird answer to your question, but yes, it's something we're thinking about and something that could make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there other new things you're thinking to do with the label that like you're excited about?
Yeah. I would say beyond CDs and vinyl, like also like soft goods, like merch, other things, like anything that your heart
I
can
want to
think
make
about.
some merch from a record. This week I finally sent some like CDs for print and like vinyl.
Yeah.
But what else should I make?
what do you want to make? Because that's
Yeah.
that's the question you should be asking, is what do you want to make? Because I can't say too much about this yet, but like,
Yeah.
yes, there's going to be the ability to kind of bring some things to life
Yeah.
and introduce them to marketplaces that are an extension of your music, your artistry.
Yeah.
And I think that
But what do you mean that you can't say about it?
like, it's not ready to go yet, but
But it's going to be from the label making merch?
yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
like a Dida hat. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But for now, should I just make these things with like other places if I
You
want to
can.
make them?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but I think that the more we have, like, again, like we got into this label business to really address the gap that we saw with the digital side.
Yeah.
And the longer we've been in this and the longer that we've seen the industry shift, it's still super important.
Yeah.
But there's also other things that I think are going to be even more important in the future. And I
Say
think it's
what?
really going to, on the physical side, I think
Yeah.
it really, the ability to provide like tangible things
Yeah.
to fans, I think is going to be a huge part of the future where we're headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already big. Like, isn't
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper's career is like selling his like hat?
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Should we listen to something else that was released today?
Yeah, we have a lot of music coming out all the time, but I would love, we put out a cut of Lucy Aguizarian's Witchcraft. And,
Yeah.
I would love to
Yeah, let's
put
listen
that
to that.
on. Yeah.
Tell us a little about Lucy.
Lucy is, I could sit here probably for another
Yeah.
hour and talk about Lucy. Just in my opinion, one of the greatest vocalists alive right now
Wow.
in jazz. And just this record is so swinging. Her voice, I think, you know what? What I'm going to say is like, there's an interview clip of Venetia Gould talking about Lucy. And I think she says it best. Like, you can dance to Lucy's voice. You can wash dishes to Lucy's voice. You can clean your house. Her voice just kind of inserts itself in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to describe
Wow.
her voice and the way she sings. And this record is swinging. And this version of Witchcraft, it's, I love it because there's like, the intro is rarely recorded or sung. And this one has the intro. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
It's a good tune.
Okay.
Shades of old Lucretia Borgia, there's a devil in you tonight. And although my heart adores you, my head says it ain't right. Right to have you make advances, oh no. Under normal circumstances, I'd go, but those fingers in my hair, that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft, and I got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? It's witchcraft, wicked, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart said yes, indeed, in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I wouldn't switch, 'cause there is no nicer witch than you. I swear it's true. but one that I wouldn't switch. 'Cause there is no nicer witch than you. No one kinder, and there's no one sweeter. I'm bewitched rather than bewildered. Be it the devil or a saint, this spell you cast, it makes me faint. A foolish trick, I know it ain't, to live without you. I can't, because of that witchcraft.
Woo! Wow. So fucking good. Who's
Yeah.
in the band?
So it's Grant Stewart and
Yeah.
on sax, Bruce Harris on trumpet, Tardo Hammer on piano, and then Kenny Washington on drums and Peter Washington on bass. It's just
Wow.
like a swinging band. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question. How do you and Jake like this? Who's doing what? Like, is it very clear? My parents work together, so like I know a
yeah.
family business well.
Yeah.
And in that example, they're very clear. Like they have totally different jobs. You know, they have different skills and like different interests, and they're just they totally collaborate, but their day to day is very different.
Yeah. I would say there's certain things that are separate that we both like just do, but it's like we kind of both do a little bit of everything together. It's always worked that way. We work really well. Like we have different personalities and kind of see things in a different perspective a lot of times. So,
but there's no one person who's like good at like putting the data in the thing. And
I mean, so yeah, there's a couple of things that like, so that's, so Jake does that.
yeah,
But it's not because I maybe wouldn't do that. It's just like he's always just done that.
Okay.
And he's really good with technology and really understanding how that works. And so from like the beginning, he's always just been like, you're ingesting this and you're delivering this. You're doing all of like the metadata. You're doing all the operational stuff. But at the same time, like I do know how to do that.
Yeah, of
if
course.
things
But
come
like,
up. But
you decided that like,
so
it
there are
makes more
certain things
sense.
during, there's like things that have to happen every single week. Like there's just things that happen every week. And we kind of divvy those tasks. up.
What else has to happen? So someone needs to put the
So someone needs
releases on
so we distribute our music through the Orchard, which is Sony's independent distribution arm.
yeah,
So yes, someone needs to upload everything and ingest it, make sure it looks correct, make sure it has all the right information, all those things. Jacob handles all of that. There's also this thing called marketing drivers. It's a marketing driver sheet, and it's really kind of like the source of truth for everything. So on your marketing driver sheet, there's the story, like what's like, why should someone listen to this music? There's like, you know, the market, the social media information. These sheets take a long time to build out, and you kind of add to them, and you kind of make sure that you're adding different things that happen. I can show you your sheet if you want.
Okay. And what do you do with that?
And then that gets, so that takes a long time every week. And there's, you know, we have a lot of those. So I always handle those.
Yeah.
And those go into the back end of the Orchard's pitch system. So they can kind of have all the context when they're having their conversations and doing their certain things. And then, you know, there's other, like there's all the official form pitches. We always like split those up usually.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the day to day. And there's also all of the, like, you know, the direct emails and to our network and all the different people, all the different like sync blasts, press blasts, DSP blasts, all those things. And so we divvy those up too.
Yeah.
And so those are like the things I'm probably missing like 15 things that I do every week because I don't think about it. But yeah, those are like kind of some of the main things that just
you also try to like go to shows a lot and stuff.
Yeah, as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to see people hang out.
Yeah.
So
if someone wants to be on the label, what should they like do? Except of like make good music?
Yeah. Yeah, make good music.
Yeah. But like, what else do you look for in an artist?
We really look. It's so hard to say. To be honest, it's like, yeah, it really, the music just has to like, it really. This might sound like, you know, not sincere, but the music just really has to speak to us.
Yeah.
It has to just really resonate and be like, oh, this is great. And then the other intangibles, the other side of it is like, hey, like, is this artist really gonna want to buy into how we're doing things? Because not everyone wants to like put out music over the course of 6-7 months and be leaned in and be working and making visual content and doing all the things that I think is a collaborative effort with us plus the artist to be successful as an independent team.
Yeah.
So kind of getting a sense for that, getting a sense for the work ethic, and getting a sense for just like the follow through and execution side too. But
do you have artists you love that are like not really into making all these things and it's like, it's okay because that's them?
I mean, there's artists who I think there's tons of artists who like don't want to like be as leaned into things.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I think that
ideally you would want that.
Ideally you're missing out though, you know, and when people come to Jacob and I and say like, hey, how can we grow? How can we do these things? It's like, I don't have all the answers. I don't have like a secret, like, you know, bullet that's going to tell you how to do it. But like, I know what's working and I see what's working on a day-to-day basis. And I'm literally doing it like myself every single day and seeing it work. And so it's like, hey, here's the tools that we're seeing right now that are working. And so if you want to grow, like I would suggest you do some of these things like with us. If you don't, that's okay. But I think that the ceiling isn't potentially as high.
Right.
You know?
Am I doing things good?
I think you are doing things really well.
Because I feel like I tried something that's not super like in the genre of like making these like more cinematic music videos.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it because I love making them and it's like gets me excited. But I see that like more people in like jazz will do like more live videos or more like either no video or a video from the session they recorded.
Yeah, I think that it's like more than ever right now. I think that artists have so many tools to do things in a very DIY way that can reach like millions of people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take, I think that the videos that you have made, I think are very you.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you did make them.
Yeah.
I think that it doesn't necessarily you don't need to have that super high gloss music video.
Yeah.
I think you can
I should probably try to do except like in addition to that.
Yeah.
More like down to earth, like just me doing something at home. I know.
Yeah. We've talked about that in the past.
And
I think like, you could sit in your kitchen and play,
and
just play guitar and sing. And I think that those visuals would also probably do really well and would be really like helpful to extend the story and show a different side of your artistry. The videos that we shot at Ornithology, like also really great, you know, not like DIY, but just like a lot of the stuff that we use is just like phone footage, that just helps contextualize things. I think that
this is the radio show is the most like not edited thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, but I think that the other, I mean, and to bring it back to like what artists we bring on, like honestly, like we like working with really good people too, because like we're kind of in touch a lot. Like we're talking almost every day, we're talking every week, like. And so I think we also just look at who the person is. And I think that's also really important to show those different sides of you beyond that. I think everybody that we work with, they're ridiculously good musicians.
Yeah.
They're also incredible human beings with a lot of depth. And I think that the more that you show that depth and the more that you show the different sides of you, I think that is a very powerful thing that pulls more people into your world as an artist. So, you know, there's also those other human angles to it as well.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Okay. And I also see that the label has like a lot of singers, but then also instrumental music. How do you deal with that? It sounds like a little hard.
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, people listen to instrumental music. It's just like, I feel like on the like, you know, surface level, it's easier to connect or like to sell to bigger audiences music with singing, but it's not true, right? Jazz, okay.
I don't know. I don't feel that way.
Yeah, I don't feel too. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I think it's just different. There's just different. It's just a different positioning. We have a lot of incredible vocalists on the roster. Who just all are badass vocalists, a lot of songwriters, a lot of multi-instrumentalists, like yourself, who also are incredible vocalists. And then, instrumentalists. I mean, you have a ton of instrumentalists. And I think it's, again, same, but it's the same idea. And I think that, I don't really see a difference, to be.
I just tried to make an intro to us, for us playing Kaz music.
Well, that's a good way to tee it up. Yeah, we have this song that also came out today.
Yeah.
From Kazem De George with Kayvon and Tyrone. And it's fucking amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, we can curse.
Okay, sorry. It's called Escape. And it's a really complicated original tune.
Wow.
From his record that comes out next month called Ocean Passage. And it's.
How many records do you release? How much will you cap it in?
What do you like?
Every week you can release 5 singles or something.
We do a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Just everybody kind of has their own lane. We kind of think about the music as just it's why we work with a lot of imprints, because each imprint kind of has their own brand, their own distinct voice, their own they're their own label. They're doing their own types of things and pushing the music themselves. And then we're kind of looking at it from a macro view of all right, we have, X amount of vocal tracks, X amount. There's no science to it, but it's more just making sure there's enough diversity in sound across the board, so that we're really making sure that we're not competing against ourselves too much.
Yeah. I have actually a big question before we listen to Kat.
Yeah.
Do people make money from this? I mean, not you guys, but the artists?
Yeah.
Tell me more, as much detail as you can.
I mean, I'm not sure what you're Are you saying just from streaming itself?
Yeah.
There's definitely money in streaming.
Am I going to make a little money?
You're going to make some money.
Really?
Yeah.
How often do you send a report?
We send out statements every month.
Yeah.
And I believe we pay out quarterly. Yeah.
Cool.
So you'll get you got to sign up for royalty share.
When do I do that?
That's also something that my brother Jacob owns, his royalty share.
Okay.
But there's monthly statements that come in to kind of show what's being earned. And then, we pay out.
So cool.
I think there's also there's thresholds and stuff with this royalty share thing we have to meet and all that. But it's general.
Can you tell me roughly, just so people get an idea of how much money can one make from streaming? I mean, I know you have different levels of streaming, but let's say...
I think it's all over the place. It's a hard question to answer, because it just depends on who the artist is.
Yeah, but your artists that have good amounts,
I mean, it's again, streaming ranges. It's from a couple $100 a month to five figures a month in
wow.
It's can really range. It's
do you have an artist that make 5 figures a month from streaming?
There are plenty of artists who do that.
Wow. Do you feel like I might get there?
I think you're on your way. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes time.
And that's my next question. So I know that a lot of artists work with you for a long time, and that you really build something together.
Yeah.
And that you have I remember people used to make releases slower, but I feel like your approach is keep releasing things all the time as much as you can.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that helps?
I think it does.
Getting success in those platforms?
I think it does, as long as it's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this whole notion. I think there was that interview from the Spotify CEO from a few years ago. It's you should just make you shouldn't just be producing music for the sake of feeding all of these corporations at all. I think that a lot of artists we work with have a lot to say, and a lot of music that I think is really intentional. And I think it really helps if you are able to make music and consistently put it out.
Yeah.
On a, every 6 to 8 weeks, it does really help you grow. And I think that return on streaming, as far as the financial side, that does come with a lot of time. It doesn't just happen overnight. Maybe it happens on major labels.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Not with
How many records or time do you have to keep releasing every few weeks?
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
But there's lots of artists who we've worked with who we've been putting out a record over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Every 6 weeks, or a single or something.
That's amazing.
And just some artists are really just again have a lot to say, and then some that doesn't mean that if you don't do that, you're not going to see success. It really comes down to who you are and what you want to do. But
I think it can also be kind of unless you get worn out, a fun like challenge to keep like coming up with things. It makes you keep making things.
Yeah, I think so too. So
question technical for me.
yeah.
So we're gonna have another album coming out after this one, which is fun.
Yeah.
And then I have another rock album. And my question in this, like, is it going to hurt my jazz or it's fine. I'm just keep releasing things. And after that, I'll release whatever more.
Yeah.
No one will be like, Dida, you have to keep every 6 weeks, like something in this genre.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think it's really important to just to make what you want to make and say what you want to say.
Yeah. I love how flexible you guys are.
Yeah. So should we listen to
Yes, let's listen to
Kazemde George?
Yeah.
Escape.
Here we go. Okay, take it back about instrumental music. It's so
Yeah.
good. I can't believe it was like almost 6 minutes and it went by
You don't
so
feel,
fast.
yeah. No, I love, and yeah, Kaz describes that tune as slippery, and you kind of feel it. But this record is it's an incredible visionary trio record coming out April 17th. Yeah, it's Kayvon Gordon on drums, Tyron Allen on bass.
Crazy rhythm section.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Love it.
Out today. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, everyone go listen to all the music we're...
Go listen to that and much more. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, and we have 5 more minutes.
Okay. Wow.
What do you wish for the label? I know it's a funny question, but like, I know you have all these exciting new things that you're gonna maybe have. Merch, who knows, maybe booking.
Maybe.
But then like, what like, everyone has like, okay, we already got this and got that, but like, what will be like, wow, this is sick?
It's a great question. I think it's more of a continuation of what we're doing. I think like the vision is to really continue to like be a springboard and be this, place that many artists can succeed. And I think that the more that we grow and keep executing this strategy and this, this plan that we have set forth, I think that we're going to achieve that. And so, yeah, it's not really like, oh, I have this dream. It's like, I just want to keep doing what we're doing and just do it even better and do it bigger. If that's like a good,
what will feel big to you? Like, oh my God, like that artists get more like audience and.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing artists make money, and more money, and growing what that looks like. So that's a huge success, marker for us, is just being able to grow the ecosystem for everybody.
Yeah.
I think being able to really compete at every single level as a major label does, but for this music and for these artists and for our community, that's really what I want to see.
Yeah. Amazing. Do you and Jake or Jacob? How do you
He
call
goes
him?
by either.
Yeah, okay, because you call them Jake and Jacob today.
It's just kind of, you slide back and forth. Yeah.
Do you have more siblings?
We have one other sibling. Her name is Hannah.
Hannah, okay.
She's younger.
What does she have to?
She works in like marketing, and she actually was working in PR for a while and does some PR on the side for us on the label front. She does like a lot of like affiliate marketing stuff, like kind of talking to brands, and she talks to brands and different like press and media to help help them take ads out. It's like whenever I talk to her, I'm just like, whoa. This is kind of complicated. Like it feels very complicated. And I feel like every time I speak with her, I'm like, we talk like once a week and I'm like, yeah, I get what Hannah does. And then I get asked and I'm like, I don't fully know how to explain
That's
this, but
how I feel about like DSPs.
She like basically makes things happen between like, a massive publication and a brand who's trying to sell a product. She's like the go-between in there.
That makes sense.
But then she also is just like a really good like press and media mind, and we've brought her in when things, so we need just help, we need like more hands on deck, like she comes in and just like helps, she has a level of expertise that, and a voice and a perspective that Jake and I just don't have at all. So
but you guys, I remember from talking with you, you're not against publicists or PR for your artists, but you're also not like thinking it's very important.
I don't. Yeah, we haven't really thought. It's kind of like it's a thing that's like it's a nice to have, but like. Yeah, we haven't really seen a measurable return on it. So it's just something that we've tried to build a network of just people that we know like write and want to support. Yeah. And obviously like we love getting coverage, like who doesn't?
Yeah.
But it's not
like
something
it's nice that I'll be on Downbeat.
It's nice. It's not something that we've like focused on as a company. It's more something that's like, this is like I think it still is something that's very important to a lot of our artists just to see themselves. It's like there's a lot of like it's kind of like there's a lot of legacy media out there, and we've all grown up feeling like, man, like that's what it means to make it. And
Yeah.
to be quite frank with you, I don't think that's what it means to make it in these days. But I think
Yeah.
there is still this like legacy feeling, and there is still this this notion of that it carries some weight. And it's not to say it doesn't carry weight, but I
Yeah.
don't think it carries the same weight that maybe it did
Totally.
5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't read a magazine to find
no.
out about a new artist. So yeah, who does? But
Yeah.
and I also feel like most artists, unless you're like super famous, are not going to get on the ones that really matter. Like Rolling Stone probably not going to write about me.
Yeah.
So then like I don't know if the small things will, but it's still nice that people talk about it.
Again,
Yeah.
it's never a bad thing. Like it's definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Is it something that I think is really going to move the needle for an artist in 2026? Like probably not.
So the thing that moves the needle is social media.
It's but I think, but like not like social media of like, hey, let's just throw a bunch of shit at the wall. And it's
Yeah.
like strategy, like thinking about like how are we creating a world for the audience that
Yeah.
we want. And again, that's not like something that I'm saying is like, oh, that's so easy, just go do
Yeah.
that. It's really hard work, and it takes
Yeah.
a lot of experimentation and a lot of continuity to
Yeah.
like really build that up. But yeah.
Totally. Like you have the thing that you do every Sunday of like you walking and saying what's new.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing that for a minute, and like I'm kind of pulling back on it because I'm not really seeing like those episodes take a